Okay, this is going to be part 2 indirect. I'm making some preforms for sale. We'll have to do some percussion on this one. I really don't, but I won't save as much of it as I can, so I am. Got a bad spot in it right here. I'm gonna knock it out real quick. Using direct. That's good enough. Okay, let's look at this piece. This is pretty flat right here. This has got some nasty stuff. Got a good place to attack it right here. Make my first move on it. Start whittling away. Chipping away, whatever you want to call it. Start cutting right across here. And I hope I got this where you can see it okay. Look how pretty that went. Now then, what I got to be careful of, I don't want to run these but this far. So I'm going to come up here and barely tap one of them. And remember how I tapped it. See what happened. Nothing happened, so I'm going to move down here. This edge is turned up a little high. So what I'm going to have to do is hit back this way on this one. And they're running out perfect. There we go. Now look how good we got that air right in there. Now, still got this big edge here. And what I'd like to try is I gotta smooth this off anyway, so I'm gonna lose some of the length off the top because it's not straight. I'd like to do like a flute, like running a Clovis point or a Folsom point. Run a flute down this thing without breaking it. And send it that way to start with. Through there. Get this part right here. See if we have good luck with it. Look how pretty that is. I'll tell you what, I was going to go ahead and do this side, but since that did so pretty, I'm going to come back and do it all the way across. Like this. That did good. That one did good. We'll try to come on down here on this part right here. This side's already looking better than this side. This was the bad side. I figured I'd be working on the other side for a while, man. It cleaned up good. Everything looked great on it. And that one big problem at all is the little one, but it worked out real good. You know, I'm sitting there thinking, I've got over 10, they were telling me I think since I started on this piece right here, I want to think it, how many friends I had that didn't even live here. I'm gonna have to turn that up some. Lived in Texas and California and Oklahoma and Kansas and Missouri and Illinois, Tennessee and Florida, and I counted 10 real quick friends that if I called them right now and said, I need help, I need somebody to drive me for 2 or 3 days to go to North Carolina or Florida or Oklahoma, wherever. If it's any way possible, they could do it, they would do it. And most of them would make it possible to do. Some of them might have a child that's sick in the hospital or something like that, which I wouldn't want them to do it, no way. But I'm telling you, if it's any way possible, they would put out whatever they were doing and use their vehicle if I needed them to and take me. I had one to take me to Baton Rouge to see that doctor, and couldn't even take a penny. I put money in the glove box and they got it out. Drove their own vehicle. Hour and 45-minute drive, and they sit there probably 3 hours in the waiting room waiting on me. I'm telling y'all this because it don't happen very often. So if you have people like that, you need to get on your hands and knees and pray for them and thank God for them. But buddy, I sure do. I pray for them. Now, I'm going to throw the Paul Harvey at you. If you're young enough to know, young enough, I mean old enough to know about Paul Harvey. Most of them I never knew, and they're not any kin, no relationship or whatever. They were business people that bought stuff from me over the years and become great business friends. That's what makes it even greater to me. I had one friend lost 100% touch with him. I don't know if he's still alive. Just the way things get away. But he was really into making a bow and arrows and primitive stuff and fire making and all, and he lived in Pray, P-R-A-Y. He's like he's gonna pray to God. Pray, Montana. Yellowstone River. Went right through the back of his property. Meg Ryan and Dennis Quaid on together. They'd separated after that. I don't even think they were married then. They don't own it now. But they own the ranch at Borderton. Then one of the Jeff Bridges on the ranch on the other side, and movie star on one across the valley. The prettiest place I've ever seen. Never met the guy. Bought a lot of stuff from him. He was always sending me postcards of elk out in his alfalfa field. He had a split rail fence in those beautiful birds would be on top of it with the snow. Looked like Christmas tree postcards. I always told him I was going to postcard business to make it for Christmas time. But he was a guide on the Yellowstone River. If I get this right, I never went with him, but for trout fishing. And you have to be you just can't go up there and say, I'm gonna guide Yellowstone River. You have to pass all kind of stuff. You have to be certified and get your permit and all that. Well, he had all that. And he could actually go in Yellowstone Park if I'm 56 sure on this. And guide in the park. There's a few of them licensed to do that, and he was one of those. But he also was in photography real big. He wrote a lot of articles for Fly Fishing magazine. Had a lot of pictures in it. He was a tremendous photographer. And his daddy was in Miami, Florida. And he was in the diamond business. And I don't know if his daddy got ill or what happened. But they'd been wanting him to move back to Miami for a long time. And last I heard of him, he told me he was getting out all of the primitive skills stuff. He's moving back to Miami. Here's another one. Go in my little sweet pile to sell. And he got that. I got a couple letters from him, and one of them was at one of the business they have. I think they were diamond brokers, where they broke down, where they would I don't know the word, wholesale diamonds or something like that in the rough. I'm not sure on all that, but I don't know if he's still alive. I moved and changed my address and wasn't thinking about him at the time and never forwarded my new address to him, and I had no idea where he moved to. I'm about as clueless as I can be. I think he did leave the Miami area after that. He started writing for maybe the Florida Fish and Game or something, doing photography. His thing was fly fishing. And he loved fly fishing in the ocean with the bigger fish and stuff like that. So, but he invited me to come out and spend a week with him and elk hunt off of his ranch. He said I wouldn't need a guide. All the elk would be in his pastures, because the snow would be up in the mountains, and the snow brings them down. He said, you won't believe the elk. He was still showing me pictures every year of elk 50 yards from his doorstep, big monster elk. He said, bring as many people as you want. I said, well, I'm not going to do that. I said, my son wants to go, and he's got a friend that loves going. He said, what about his daddy? I said, oh, his daddy would too. And he said, bring them, bring a couple more. So we ended up about 5 of us going out there. And he had a special lodge right by his house that slept like 12. And his wife was a famous chef somewhere. And I'm destroying her story. But she worked in some famous restaurants in Miami. And I want to tell you something. You talking about wanting to cook. Holy smoke. And they would have seafood flown in to Billings. And they would go to Billings to get it. And she would smoke that stuff and cook it on the grill, cook it inside, cook it with mushrooms. Man, she cooked stuff. I've never eaten nothing like that in my life. We had a beautiful time. And the only problem we had is the temperature in Montana that year broke the world record for being hot. He told us to get there anytime after November, and elk would be everywhere. And we got there right around Thanksgiving, and wasn't no elk. It was like 70-something degrees. No snow. All elk were up in the mountains. You could see them. He had these scopes, these spotter scopes. That was, man, you could look up that mountain for miles and miles and miles and miles. And he had them straightened up there. But I'm looking for a piece to work on while I'm talking. But anyway, they weren't where we were at. We didn't have tents. And we didn't have horses. So he made a suggestion, and it turned out real good. He said, why don't y'all just hunt mule deer and whitetail? He got tags for them. So they're everywhere around here, and you can see them. I mean, mule deer, whitetail all out in the field. And they're real easy to pattern. He said, heck, I'd just hunt those things. He said, maybe it'll snow before you leave and the elk will come down. So my son, and I didn't hunt. I quit hunting about 5 years before that. But my son and my friend's son, and they went to the mountains to try to kill an elk, and it was just impossible. Those mountains were so steep. They did that 2 days, and the third day they give up and both killed a mule deer and an elk. My son killed a mule deer and a whitetail, not an elk. My son killed a big 12-point whitetail, a monster whitetail. That made the whole trip wasn't for him. Plus he killed a nice, what we would call an 8-point mule deer. I guess y'all call it a 4x4, side-by-side or something like that. And then his friend killed a big whitetail, but a bigger mule deer. He killed the biggest mule deer, all of them. I don't know what it was this long ago. It was a monster. But anyway, everybody killed a mule deer and a whitetail. The day we left, it started snowing. And the day we got home, he had 18 inches of snow on the hood of his car. He went out there and stuck a tape measure up over the hood of his truck, showed us how deep the snow was. And he had about 50 elk within 200 yards of his house in his field. That's the way it goes. That's my story. It was a beautiful trip. I loved it. I'd love to go out there again. That's some beautiful country. This piece here, it's about as thin as a butterfly wing that's been run over with an 18-wheeler. That's over there pretty thin. We're going to do some percussion on it to save some time. Percussion's always faster than indirect. At least it is for me. And we're going to see if we can thin it without breaking it. This back's gonna be, this thing's rounded over like a football, basketball. It's got many edge on it. And be careful, I won't break it in half, getting on that end like that. I did that in my first video a couple weeks ago, and then the second one because I was real rusty. I wasn't accurate where I was hitting at. I'd go to hit here and I'd hit up there, way up there. That would be 22 or 3 times before I hit the spot and I wouldn't even hit it. I was nervous, afraid I wasn't going to hit it, afraid I was going to break it because I had it on video. Didn't want to embarrass myself. Everybody does it, part of it. I don't know why it has to be like that. Trying to run one all the way across the hinge right there. That's going to be a job. I almost did it. I'll try it right here. Probably need that bigger billet. I got it right there. Take that out. Now then, I'm hitting down this way to make this fatter, putting convexity in it. See how much fatter it is? And I'm gonna hit down this way to bring the edge up on it. And hopefully, I can get it without breaking it. I can definitely get it without breaking it if I hit it where I want to hit it. When you hadn't been hitting in a while, that's your problem. Took it out right there. I didn't want to hit there, I want to hit right there. That's what's got me worried. Hit right there, see that? I'm so nervous I'm hitting both sides. All right, we got it out. Got lucky. Hitting both sides was okay because I was hitting the very edge. I didn't hit high up on it. There we go. It's pretty good shape right in here. I'm gonna work on the point first. This is real flat. This is real humpy. This is gonna be the last one we're gonna do. And, I'm just a tickle pink. I can come down and work 30, 40 minutes. I hate being a titty baby, complaining about things. But man, when I get to the house, about an hour or two later, it hits me. All that pain goes shooting. Pain goes down my neck. Pain goes down here. Pain goes down. I said, man, what was I thinking when I was out there doing that? Holy smoke. Okay. Hope y'all can see this. I'm going to set it right there on that edge. That just a little at a time. It's a lot thicker than down here. It won't cause no major shock wave. Just move a little at a time. Come back and move a little at a time on this side. Okay, I'm gonna come up here this time. Try to run one a little far. Right into there. Now I'm gonna start taking it easy again. Okay, now, if you look at it like this, you can see the hump on it, maybe this way. I've got it out here, but I hadn't got it out in the middle. I've been working into it. I hadn't been running my plates steep where they run steep across it because they didn't want to break it off. Been using a real shallow angle. Hit that one at a steeper angle. Same thing there. Now we're getting somewhere. I had the best night's sleep last night I've had since I've been sick. Put me on some medicine, and I took it yesterday for the first time. And it's supposed to ease the pain and ease the muscles and all that stuff. And something new they're trying on me. And they said I can take it up to 3 times a day. 3 times. So I took it at lunch yesterday. Then I took it about 5 o'clock yesterday, and I slept like a dog. I woke up this morning at 5 o'clock and was wide awake. So I said, well, I'll take it now. I'll take it 3 times a day. So I took it at 5, and at 8 o'clock, I'm sleeping in my recliner. And my wife comes there, and I'm sound asleep. I have slept almost till 1 o'clock today. Can't wake up. So I'm not going to be able to take that 3 or 4 times a day. I'm going to be able to take it 1 time a day. I'm going to take it every evening about 3 hours before I go to bed. Because I don't want to be sleepy all day in the day. I had to drive to town this morning, about an hour after I took it, to go to the hardware store. I hadn't drove much. And I caught a red light, and I went to sleep at the red light. Cars were blowing the horn at me. Then on another red light, I went to sleep again. They were blowing the horn at me. I said, man, I don't need to be driving. I made real sure I made it back to the house okay. And I didn't risk nobody's lives, I promise you. I got right on the edge of that road, and I didn't do it 40 miles an hour. It was a 4-lane road, got a shoulder just about to drive on, and then about not even a mile from my house. But if it had been worse, I'd call my wife. I told her to come get me. And we was sitting there eating. She looked over her, and I went to sleep while I was eating. This is looking pretty good here. That's looking real good. Got some problems right in here. We'll make it a little narrow if I can without breaking. This is the rest of breaking it right here, doing what I'm doing. Snapping it in half. That did good. Go ahead and straighten this mess out now. That'll help me on this. Wow, look how good those done. This is extremely thin, right through here. I'll try to drive a flake halfway across it. And more than likely it's gonna break it. I ought to go like a fourth of the way and inch into it, inch into it. And you could do that, but the problem with that is that one went halfway. If you do that, it's gonna get narrower and narrower and narrower and narrower to get it thinner. And I try to keep them wide thin. The wider they are, the thinner I want them. I don't want a real narrow point. And that one only went that far. But see, I can come down this way, and I can get that out. I've been real careful. Starting to kind of get my confidence back after a couple of days of hammering away down here. There we go. I'm gonna put a little more convexity on this side here. Everything's doing just the way I want it to. It's getting me scared. It's going too smooth. I want to make this a little rounded right here on this side. I know for a fact I could take that right there and drive that all the way across. Because I had my confidence up. I tell you I'm feeling better than I was yesterday. I couldn't have done that indirect. I might have had to went to a bigger one. I'm not saying I couldn't, I just would have had to change everything out. I'd had to went to a bigger copper bar. maybe even a heavy hammer. Watch me break it now. Watch me break it. Nope, I didn't. Tell you what, this one's a doozy right here. That's gonna be a nice one. All right, I'm gonna pull them all out. I'm gonna get out of my spider web. I don't want myself into here. And, I got 999. Pieces of stuff hung up here. Don't know which way to go. Takes forever to get out of this thing. I tell you what, everybody's always, what do you do that? Get your budget cord and save you all this time and everything's so much simpler now. This just fits so good for me. I don't mind the 3 or 4 minutes getting out of it. I mean, it ain't that long. Gotta figure, find out what end I'm working on. It'll go. Look at that. Now, I'm sorry about this, but I don't sell this stuff as cheap as I used to, because I'm on some medicine that's tearing my rear end up. So I'm gonna stop this video and I'm gonna add it to the end.